Coming to you from the all-new Live House in Hollywood, California.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to this week's episode of Pensado's Place. We've got an ITL refresher course for you and loads of opportunity in November we want you to take advantage of. For instance, you can win a $5,000 shopping spree from our great friends at Sweetwater. You know the bus. You can do some serious damage with that 5K. Build out your home studio, get new gear, select anything you want from their incredible inventory. All you have to do is create your wish list over at sweetwater.com. Do that before November 24th, and you are automatically entered to win. Do that. Also, our good friends at Warm Audio wishing you a warm holiday season with discounts on select audio gear. This runs from now through December 31st, available at all kinds of participating dealers like our friends at Sweetwater. So take that opportunity. One other thing we want you to do is get your calendars out and mark them right now for the upcoming NAMM show. We'll be hosting a very special Pensado's Place Live with a powerhouse panel of incredible audio talent. The date is Friday, January 17th in the Hilton Hotel Ballroom. We'll have some goodies there for you to win. Afterwards, we're going to have a meetup and Friday night hang. It's going to be an absolute blast. We'll announce the panelists in the next week or so. You're going to enjoy this lineup. Plus, on top of all that, the good folks at NAMM are giving our audience a super discount to attend NAMM. Go to their registration page, enter the code Pensado, and you can get in for a mere $25. Can't beat that, folks. So take advantage of it ASAP before the opportunity is gone. Move right now. And to remember all this November goodness, sign up for our newsletter, hit like and subscribe, and click notify. And if you would, do that right away. We don't want you to miss out on anything. And a very special thing, we've been digging into crates. We found a bunch of good stuff. So please enjoy our ITL greatest hits.
Recently, Jaime Estalella, a member of my team, played me a song that I thought was really cool, a song he mixed. And there was this one effect in it that I wanted to share with you. Jaime, you want to come up here and show him how to do it?
Thanks, Dave. Guys, I'm Jaime. I'm a member of Dave's team. And and I'm going to play a little piece of this song so you can hear what's going on.
Windows at the back of your mind when I try looking in. You.
Pretty cool. So in this section, I needed something to enhance the energy a little bit, and it's a tried and true technique to reverse sounds in a mix, but I did something a little bit different here. So let's take a look at it. So I got two things going on. One is a reverb. And then I have a delay as well. So the way I did it is I took a piece of the vocal and put a reverb on it. I have a little plate, pretty long. So what I did is I committed this track and placed it where I want my effect to end. And then I reversed it and put some plugins on it. So I have Soundtoys Microshift to widen it, an automatic panner that's adding a little bit of interest in the stereo field, some widening, and a filter. And I did a similar process for the delay. I added a delay, a quarter note, committed it, put it where I wanted the effect to end, and reversed it. So let's hear it one more time. So then I thought, man, this delay is pretty cool by itself, but what if I put an echo on a reverse echo? And I wanted to use this plugin that's just amazing. It's called Echo Sun. by a company called Overloud, and you guys should check it out. It's just incredible. So this is, I got some other plugins that I'll show you in a minute, but this is the echo just how I committed it. And here it is with Echo Sun. And then I added a flanger, it's meta flanger right here, and micro shift for a little bit of widening again. And this is what it sounds like. Cool, so let's see the finished product and how it sounds in the song. This is a song by an up-and-coming artist called Faye. Thank you, Faye, for letting me share this with you guys. Let's check it out.
Windows at the back of your mind when I try looking in.
So, you know, it just makes it more of an event when the vocal comes in the first verse. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks so much for tuning in, and see you next time.
Hey guys, a lot of my friends, well, let me start from the beginning. All my friends are mix engineers because I spend so much time in the studio. We only get to see each other when we're in each other's studios, but that's a good thing. I like having all my friends be engineers. A lot of the music I'm listening to nowadays, people are widening the low end, particularly the 808. I'm going to show you some techniques for doing that. There's some good tutorials out there already, and I learned a little bit from those. But I went straight to the source, Jason Joshua. I love the way he does it, and so this is inspired by Jason, let's say, okay? I don't want him mad at me. He talked about it on the show, so if you watch one of the episodes with the newest episode with him in it, he'll give you a lot of information. So I'm gonna show you three plugins that I use for various reasons, and you can see why. Let's check it out. Here's the 808. Perfectly mono, even though we see a stereo, it's actually in mono. This plugin is made by Matthew Lane, the guy that makes Dr. MS. Interesting thing about Matthew, he's got two plugins. One's got 4,000 knobs and the other one's got one knob. And the one knob was pretty good, so I find that funny. Check this out, without, with. Now if you're sitting in the middle, or you got earbuds on while you're listening to this, you'll hear a subtle. And it's a wide enough space that you can put the vocals and sit those in there pretty nicely. You can put a regular kick drum in that middle space now. And then if you've got a synth bass part, you've got the option to put it in the middle or make it a little wider and the 808 a little narrower, or vice versa. So you got all kinds of options. And playing with a low end on a mix is a relatively new thing to me. This Matthew Lane, gosh, it's just so beautiful. Now here's one a little more advanced. Now we're only widening from 0 to about 100 cycles, then up to about 320, and then up here we're not doing anything, but you can do this too. So here's without it, with it. Looks like I'm a little lopsided. Let's see. There we go. It's closer. This thing's got a lot of parameters you can adjust. I think this is my favorite overall. All of these have uses. If you keep up with the show, you know I'm a fan of Joy Sturgis. This is a Joy Sturgis sound. Tones, I think what he says, Joy Sturgis tones. And this one's probably the one that you can get the most radical with. Man, that puts it in another zip code. Let's do that a little again. That is so cool. You know what? Let's try putting it this way and then backing it down like. Then you've got different modes. So we've gone from subtle to a good compromise and just crazy wide. All of these collapse down to mono extremely well, so you don't have to really worry about that too much. Check it out. And this also works really great on synth basses. Like say you've got an old school kick where it's got a real pointy attack to it, and it really should be mono. You can set your bass information on the outside of that, and that works really well too. And remember, more music is consumed on YouTube than all the other forms of streaming combined. And most people, when they're watching YouTube or listening to YouTube, they have their laptops and they got their earbuds in. So this is really a good technique to reach those people. Hey guys, in the world of mixing, we get a lot of loops nowadays, a lot of stereo tracks, particularly from the hip hop community, to mix. And I'm going to show you some techniques that I use on stereo tracks that are a little different than some of the other ones I've shown you in the past. As always, I think these concepts can be applied to a lot of other things, but this is one of my favorite artists I've been working with, Soraya. We've got a loop from the producer, Sean, and here's the loop that I was given. Pretty cool, right? Probably could have left it alone, but I just don't have that kind of constraint and self-control. Let me just show you. So what I did was I tried to get the main keyboard, and I've widened the main keyboard, compressed it, took some mid-range out, put an effect on it, and I put a little bit of high end and expansion on it. Here's what I got if I take all my stuff off. Same loop. Now let's add that back in and see what we got. So now this loop is just sub, low end. Now I've recently, I think I told you guys a while back, I've recently kind of really come to like this EQ. Now this is what we're doing. Okay, so we're isolating the low end, and that's all we're doing. So let's check it out. I know what you're saying. Damn, Dave, that sounds good. It does, doesn't it? Now, this one I thought was kind of neat. I'm kind of proud of this, okay? So play along with me. You know I'm sensitive. This plugin allows you to isolate a particular frequency. And then you can sweep this frequency and do all sorts of stuff. But it's not really designed to leave that way. You're supposed to undo this once you find the frequency. Now, we started off, I'm not going to play you the song again. We started off with the loop. I had to isolate the snare. So watch this. Right? So once I get the snare isolated, now I can trigger off of it. Yeah, boy. And then let's hip it up a little bit. Now we could have put some reverb on it, but it didn't need it. So now inside the loop, without it, with it, and let's add everything. Just the stuff I'm adding. Just the loop. Come on now. That was cool, right? See you next time.